Okay, we've been over business profile, we've been over my profile, we've been over billing. We're at the My Staff menu selection in the settings. If you go to My Staff, the first person you're going to see in My Staff is yourself. If you hit the edit button, you're going to see all the information that we set up in the My Profile section. Your first name, last name, email, phone, the calendar you set up, and you're going to see the signature that you made. You're also going to be able to see your roles and permissions. If you've purchased one of my special offers, then you probably have every feature that GoHighLevel offers. It starts with AI agents, audit logs, account settings, account tools, automation, blogs, calendars, certificates, communities, conversations, contacts, forms, funnels, collab, integrations, launchpad, sub-accounts, marketing, media, memberships, opportunities, orders, payments, payment settings, products, QR codes, quizzes, dashboard, reputation management, subscriptions, surveys, taxes, transactions, user management, and WordPress. If you think you're going to learn all this in 30 days, you're out of your mind. GoHighLevel takes a little bit of time to go through each one of these modules and learn how to use them. When you're ready to add a new user, you just select the Add User button, and then you begin to fill out the profile the same way you did with the My Profile. You put in the user's name and the user's email. Now, typically you would put their email in here. I'm going to put the demo email in here, and then I'm going to add a plus. And I don't know if you know this or not, but with your Gmail account, if you add a plus and then another name, it will send it to your Gmail account. You can set up a password for them if you like, but you really don't want to do this. You want to send them an invitation and let them set up their own password. You can't set a calendar for them yet because the calendar hasn't been created. You could create a signature for them, but typically you let them create their own signature. At this point, you're going to want to hit the next button. You don't want to go over here and start assigning any roles or permissions. So click next. Then it will take you to the roles and permissions. Don't do anything at this point. Just for now, click save. Now you'll see that the user has been saved. Now, if you open the user back up again, you'll see now that you can send them a verification email. So you want to click and send them a verification email. It will tell you the email was sent successfully. And then if you look in the Gmail or in their email, you'll see two things. One, you'll get an email that someone was added to your account. The other email will go to them. In this case, it came back to us because we asked it to, but it will go to their email address and ask them to sign up and log in. When you click on roles and permissions, this is where you're going to set their role, whether they're an admin or a user. Typically they're a user. And then you're going to set the permissions for what they have access to. Now, if you like, you can also restrict the data that they see to only the assigned data to them. If you have 5 sales reps and you only want to just see their data, then go ahead and click this. Typically you don't. More than likely, they're just going to be entering data, so you want to restrict their access and turn off everything that you don't want them to have access to. For this user, we're going to turn some of these things off. Under the View and Manage Content AI, you may want to leave that on. They may want to use that whenever they're creating content in the social media management side. Automations, they don't need to see any of the automations. They could be creating blogs for you. You do want to let them set their own calendars if you think they're going to be booking appointments. If not, then just turn it off. Certificates, this is for memberships. Communities is for memberships. You do want them to view and manage contacts, and you do want to view and manage bulk actions. You may have them send out an email to 25 different contacts. Conversations, you want to leave the conversations on so they can communicate with your clients. Forms, I doubt if they'll be creating forms. I doubt if they'll be creating funnels. You don't need the collab. You need to keep integrations on if they're going to create their own calendars. Launchpad, they don't need a launchpad. I don't know why sub-accounts is here. You can't create sub-accounts anyways. Under marketing, this is for the social media management marketing. You probably want to leave that on. You don't need the affiliate manager. You don't need the ad manager. And you probably don't need prospecting, but maybe. Media, you want to leave that on so they can store their media for their social media campaigns. Memberships, unless you're running memberships in your high-level application, you don't need to leave this on. Opportunities, you may or may want to let them see the opportunities. You may want to turn off the value of the opportunity so they don't see the value of each lead that comes in. Leave the bulk actions on. Orders, if you're selling something, then you may have them take care of this, but more than likely not. Payments, same way. Payment settings, well, as soon as I turned the payments off, payment settings and the products went away. QR codes, they can create QR codes. Quizzes, maybe you want to send some quizzes out and let them do it also. On the dashboard, typically I turn the dashboard off. And then unless you're giving them a phone, you may be giving them a phone number, so you want to give them phone stats. You want to view the dashboard itself. No AdWords, Facebook ads, and all that. Reputation management, if they're running your reputations, then you may want to leave this on. Subscriptions is already turned off. You could turn all that on, but I doubt it. Surveys, they may be sending surveys out. Taxes, transactions, and WordPress, unless they're building their website for you in WordPress. Now you want to save that. Okay, now we're in the call and voicemail settings for the user. We haven't set any phone numbers up in the system yet, so you can't assign a phone number to this user, but we can set some of the options. Under the forward calls option, you're probably going to be using the mobile app 90% of the time. So we're going to turn all these forwards off and just leave all the forwards to the mobile app. The default channel for Ring All, change that to the mobile app also. You're probably not going to be using IRV, but if you are, it should go to the mobile app also. You can set up a voicemail for this phone number, and you can either do it after the phone number is assigned or you can do it now. You can just make a recording and upload that recording and use it as your voicemail until you get your AI agent set up. More than likely, you're going to use an AI agent to answer the calls instead of going to voicemail. You need to save that. Then we get into the user availability. This is primarily for the calendar settings. You'll see that a calendar is already set up for this user. As soon as you create the user, the system automatically creates a calendar for them. Whether you want to use it or not is up to you. You can delete it if you want, or you can configure it for them, or they can configure it themselves. In the calendar configuration, you really can't do anything here. They have to set up their own configuration where they integrate their Google Calendars and their Zoom notification settings. This is where you set up what notifications you want to receive and how you want to receive them. It's pretty straightforward. Most of the time, you're going to want everything to come in the app. This SMS is going to be sent to the user's phone number that's set up in their account, not the system phone number. That will go to the app. The SMS will go to the number that's assigned to them in their user settings. If you make any changes to this, go ahead and save now. Anytime you make a change in any section, save the change. Don't make changes in 2 or 3 sections and then save. It's always best to go to a section, make the changes, and then save the changes in that section. It may pop you back out to here, but you can always go back in and make any other changes you need to make. So that's how you add a user under the My Staff option under the settings menu.